I love Blu-rays and I know it. I love Blu-rays and I know it. How's everyone doing? This is going to be all the movies that I got during Black Friday and Cyber Monday and that whole week on Amazon. Now, I didn't go out to the stores on Black Friday. That just isn't my thing. I don't really know why anybody would do that. Maybe except for like the enthralling experience of getting trampled on. I don't know. So I'm not into getting trampled. That's not my thing. So I decided to order everything from Amazon. Plus, Amazon price matched certain things as well from different stores. And a lot of the ones on Amazon were actually cheaper than certain ones in the store as well. So I don't really know why anybody would want to go to the stores on Black Fridays for Blu-ray and DVD deals when they could just sit at home and, you know, chill out and go on Amazon and not get trampled and get the same deals and even better. There were a lot of deals on Amazon that were way better than the ones that were in the store. There's only one deal that was actually really good and great, better than any other Black Friday deal and better than what Amazon had. Only one. And that was the Best Buy exclusive for the Ben-Hur set with a little figurine. And they only had a couple of them in each store, so kind of difficult for that one. It was like $10.99. That was an awesome, amazing deal. Probably the best Black Friday deal ever for Blu-rays. So yeah, you know, it's better late than never. I'm a slacker when it comes to making videos on here in a timely manner for certain topics, topical things like that. And you know, I always had these separated. I meant to do a video, and I figured, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. So here's all my Black Friday pickups and Cyber Monday and that whole week as well. They had different deals going on every day on Amazon. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them, especially since a lot of these ones are blind buy purchases for me. So first up is Always Sunny in Philadelphia, A Very Sunny Christmas. And it comes with 4 exclusive Paddy's Pub coasters right there. Great show, a hilarious comedy, one of my favorite shows on TV currently. Such dark and demented humor, I just love it. It's great to see Charlie Day in a lot of movies lately as well. Of course, you got Danny DeVito in there, just classic actor, has been in tons of stuff. And I always remember Danny DeVito from Taxi, and then as playing the Penguin as well in Batman Returns. If you haven't seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the TV show, definitely check that TV show out. As far as this set right here, the special for A Very Sunny Christmas, it was just alright to me. If you're a huge fan of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, check it out. But if you're just a casual fan, I can say this isn't one of the episodes you need to see. But still, it's fun. And next up is the only DVD that I purchased during the whole Black Friday, Amazon deals and all that kind of stuff, and that is Archer Season 1 on DVD. I think it was like $11.99 for it, so I just had to pick it up. Hilarious show. It's basically like Steve Carell from The Office meets James Bond. That's my description for it. It's like that same kind of humor from The Office. I definitely recommend this one. Check it out. It's 2 discs right here for the complete first season. Next up is Jackie Brown, and this was only $3.99, so I had to pick this one up. I do have the collector's edition DVD, but you know, I figured why not check out Bridget Fonda's feet in HD. You know, a little Quentin Tarantino foot fetish right there. That's how you know it's a Quentin Tarantino film. Every one of his movies has like some kind of foot fetish thing going on, at least one scene. But I really do love this movie. Just excellent acting, excellent directing. One of my favorites by him. I think this is kind of underrated, and if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And it has over 3 hours of bonus materials as well. And I can't wait to check this one out in HD. And next up is Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell, Marissa Tomei, Ryan Gosling, Kevin Bacon, Julianne Moore, Emma Stone. Star-studded cast, and this was $8.99. This was just a blind buy for me. I wasn't sure about this. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. There's not a lot of romantic comedies that I really enjoy, but I'll have to say this is one of my favorite romantic comedies ever. Great blind buy purchase, a lot of fun, and if you haven't seen this one, highly recommend this one. Like I said, I'm not big into romantic comedies, but this is one of my all-time favorites now. Just so much fun. Steve Carell just excellent in this, and Ryan Gosling was a very likable character in this as well. But basically, Julianne Moore and Steve Carell are married in the movie, and Steve Carell thinks things are great, but Julianne Moore kind of springs it upon him, saying that, you know, she's unhappy, she's had an affair, she wants a divorce, and so Steve Carell's kind of spiraled into this whole world of being single, and he doesn't know what to do. He hasn't dated in, you know, forever, years. I think Julianne Moore was the only person he's ever been with, and he meets Ryan Gosling at a bar. Ryan Gosling kind of takes him under his wing and kind of shows him the ropes and how to pick up chicks and things like that, and it's really great, really funny. Definitely check this one out. So glad I picked this up. $8.99, a steal. This is the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy. Next up is another blind buy, and that is Horrible Bosses. Just a star-studded cast again. Charlie Day is in here. So glad to see him in movies. Very funny, from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You've got Jennifer Aniston, who was excellent in this. Jennifer Aniston made the movie, in my opinion. Hilarious. She played a really raunchy role. And you've also got Jamie Foxx, Kevin Spacey, Jason Bateman, Jason Sudeikis, and Colin Farrell as well. Colin Farrell, I didn't really care for his role. It seemed a little too over the top for me. Kind of reminded me of Tom Cruise's role in Tropic Thunder. I think Tom Cruise was hilarious in Tropic Thunder, and that role was much better than Colin Farrell's role here. But basically this is the same concept from Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train and Throw Mama from the Train, and I'm glad that they mentioned both of those movies and paid homage to it in this movie as well. But essentially, it's Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, and Jason Sudeikis, who all kind of hate their bosses. Their bosses are all douches. Kevin Spacey's just really, you know, conniving and evil. Jennifer Aniston is basically a really sexual harasser, and she's awesome though. And Colin Farrell is the boss's son, and the boss passes away, and he takes over the business, and he's just a really big douchebag and doesn't do anything, and sniffs coke off of Asian hookers' asses and things like that. And they basically make a plan to try to kill each other's bosses, and it's just all kinds of crazy hijinks, and it's a lot of fun. I will say, you know, I didn't think it was the best movie out there. If you can find it for cheap, I'd say pick it up. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. It was decent. It wasn't perfect though, but once it gets going, it picks up steam. There were definitely some very funny moments in it. And next up is another blind buy, and it's Hall Pass, the enlarged edition, with Owen Wilson and Jason Sudeikis, Christina Applegate, and what's her name? Jenna Fisher, Pam from The Office. And this one I didn't like as much. I could have done without this one. There's a couple funny scenes, but overall kind of fell flat to me, and the ending really pissed me off as well. It's basically, you know, two married couples, and the wives give their husbands a hall pass to basically go out and do whatever for a week. They can hook up with no repercussions, and I don't want to give too much away, but the ending pissed me off because of Christina Applegate's character and what happened with that, and Jason Sudeikis' character. I don't know, I just thought that was a whole bunch of crap. He gets all guilt-ridden, and she gets away scot-free is what they make it out to be, and I don't know, that annoyed me personally. It's just kind of nitpicking, but I couldn't really give this one a full recommendation. I thought it was just okay. I mean, I got it for cheap. Again, yeah, I didn't say how much this was. I think this was $9.99. I think this was like $8.99. So I figured, you know what, a couple blind buy purchases for decent prices. Meh. And next up is Rio. This is the Blu-ray DVD digital copy combo. This was $9.99. It's another blind buy purchase. It's kind of an animated movie. I will say this is visually stunning, but overall I just thought it was just okay. Like, you know, when I have kids one day, this is a movie that I can pop on for them and watch with them. But overall I didn't like it. And again, this is one of the things where the ending kind of pissed me off. It's just like, you're just gonna make that move. All your family and friends are in Minnesota. You're gonna just Rio now. But then again, the lead chick, she wasn't, you know, obviously she wasn't a big family person, or her mother, she wanted to go see her mother because she couldn't bring the bird, and blah, whatever. But basically Blue, who is a macaw, is taken from his home, and he's brought into Minnesota, and he gets out of the cage, and a little girl finds him, and she takes him in. She lives with him for, I don't know, was it like 20 years or something like that. And somebody from Rio de Janeiro comes, and, you know, he convinces her to go down to Rio to try to breed Blue. His breed is dying out. I think they were saying that he might be like the last male or something like that. So they go down to Rio, and the birds get lost, and all kinds of craziness ensues. It was an alright movie. You know, it was $9.99. I'm okay with that. It's a fun kids movie, I guess. Very colorful. I will say I love the artwork though, the disc artwork. Look at that. I don't know, I just wanted to show that real quick on there. And it's got the voices of Jesse Eisenberg and Anne Hathaway and Tracy Morgan and a bunch of different people in there. And it's from the creators of Ice Age. And I love the Ice Age series. Ice Age 3 was one of my favorite animated movies of the past couple of years. Absolutely love that one. It was my favorite of the Ice Age series so far. You know, if you like animated movies, check out the Ice Age movies, especially Ice Age 3, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. And next up is Rango right here, directed by Gore Verbinski, who did the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He did the Ring remake, he did the Mexican, he did the Weatherman, did a bunch of different things. And this is probably my favorite animated movie of 2011. You've got the voices of Johnny Depp, Ned Beatty, Alfred Molina, Abigail Breslin, and Bill Nighy plays the villain, Rattlesnake Jake, in this one as well. Just a great star-studded cast for the voice-wise, and again, this is such a fun animated movie. This is one that not only will be great for kids, but great for adults as well. It's basically a Wild West animated movie with different creatures and things like that, and it's just a lot of fun. And I love who they did for the Spirit of the West. I thought it could be one of two people, and I like who they chose. I'm cool with that. I wish they would have gotten the actual actor to do that voice, though. I mean, he's still alive. Why not have him do it? But it's basically a fish out of water story, or a chameleon out of water story, if you will. Rango, he's used to this fake habitat and this bowl where he has everything that he knows, and he falls out of the car on a road trip, and he's in the desert, and he finds this desert town. He mistakenly becomes a hero and becomes the sheriff, and he kind of plays this act, and then, you know, all kinds of things happen from there. It's just a lot of fun. Highly recommend this one. And I love this cover right here. It's kind of like an orange creamsicle. Love that cover. This was a blind buy for me as well. I think it was like $9.99 again, and so happy to get that one. And next up is Good Will Hunting, directed by Gus Van Sant and written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. This is a phenomenal movie. I love the soundtrack to this. One of my favorite singers of all time, Elliott Smith, did the score, and it was just amazing. Perfect for this movie as well. Everybody knows this movie. Just a classic right here. Great supporting cast as well, with Robin Williams, Stellan Skarsgård, Minnie Driver, Casey Affleck. Just a phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check this one out. And this was only $6.99 as well. Had to get it. And next up is another blind buy purchase, Going the Distance. This was $8.99. It has Justin Long, Drew Barrymore, Charlie Day, Jason Sudeikis, Christina Applegate. This whole cast right here is in just so many movies lately. And I love the cast, so I decided to pick it up. It looked fun, kind of nice romantic comedy movie from the trailers. And this kind of surprised me because it was so dirty and raunchy in the first half of the movie. The second half was a little bit more sentimental, but that first half kind of took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting all that. You've got them smoking weed and kind of dirty talk, but the second half is a little bit more sentimental. I thought this one was a little bit of a letdown. It was decent. You know, I love the cast. It was fun. Like I said, for $8.99, why the heck not? And it's the Blu-ray DVD digital copy right there. And next up is Chillerama right here. I think this was like $11.99. And it's an anthology kind of with Adam Green, Joe Lynch, and Adam Rifkin and Tim Sullivan directing 4 different little segments into the movie. And there's like a wraparound story as well. The first one was Wadzilla. Love that one. Wadzilla is a big giant sperm that keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's terrorizing the city. It's hilarious. Great spin on the 1950s sci-fi horror kind of creature feature movies. My favorite segment of Chillerama, though, was Anne Frankenstein. That was just hilarious. And you had Joel David Moore playing Hitler. Just a hilarious segment in that one. It was my favorite one by far. Now, I will say, though, I was a teenage werebear. I absolutely hated that segment. I could have done without that one. I'm not into the whole beach bingo kind of stuff from the 50s either. I'm not into those kind of movies. Frankie Avalon and all those different people. But hated that segment right there. But overall, this was definitely a fun movie, and very happy to add this one to my collection. Again, my favorite ones were Anne Frankenstein and Wadzilla. Those were my favorite ones right there. And the wraparound story was pretty decent as well. And it's a fun horror anthology movie, and I love the artwork on here as well. Awesome artwork. And Wet Movie 1 and Cool Duder from YouTube on here were extras in the movie. And you can see them for a hot second in one of the scenes as well. So that's pretty cool. And the rockabilly chick that works at the movie theater, oh, so hot. Mwah, muy picante. Love it. And next up, I picked up Ice Age right here, the Mammoth Christmas special. And it's a sneak peek into the Ice Age, the new Ice Age movie, Continental Drift, in theaters on July 13th. And like I said, I'm a big fan of the Ice Age movies. The third one was my favorite, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Definitely check that one out. This one, though, it just felt a little too rushed. I think it was like 25 minutes in total, something like that. This was $9.99, so it wasn't like a big spend, but it was a blind purchase. I think it came out like right before Thanksgiving. So, you know, I've decided why the heck not? You know, pick it up. I love the series, but I just thought this was a little too rushed. It was too quick. Just didn't feel genuine. Just seems like they threw it together for a little cash grab for the holidays. Whatever, though. Next up was another blind buy, and it was Bridesmaids. This again was like $9.99. I heard so many people talk about this. This is the Blu-ray DVD digital copy one. Includes unrated and theatrical versions. Melissa McCarthy's just blowing up right now, and Melissa McCarthy's actually married to the air traffic control officer in the film. They're actually married in real life, and they have a couple kids as well. I don't know if you remember the air marshal from it, but this one was just so hyped up and talked about it. I thought it was funny, but I didn't think it was that funny. I don't think it lived up to all the hype that I've heard. There's a couple funny scenes throughout the movie, but overall I just thought it was alright. I love the one scene when Melissa McCarthy drives by with all the puppies in her car. That had me rolling, though. There's a couple really funny scenes, though, throughout the movie. But overall, I just didn't think it was that funny. And next up is another blind buy right here. It was $9.99 with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine. And this was actually really good. I was surprised at this one. I really enjoyed it. It had some good tension. It's basically a runaway train movie. But if you want to see a movie like this, another runaway train movie, there's actually a movie called Runaway Train from 1985 starring John Voight and Eric Roberts. And Danny Trejo has a little appearance in it as well. That movie was phenomenal. I would love to see Runaway Train on Blu-ray. Definitely, if you haven't seen Runaway Train and you like this kind of movie right here, check out Runaway Train. You will love it. Much better than Unstoppable. Unstoppable was a good movie, but not as good as Runaway Train. Let's see how many times I can say Runaway Train right there. And next up is the Sapphire series of American Beauty, directed by Sam Mendes, who did so many great movies, in my opinion. He did Road to Perdition, Jarhead, Revolutionary Road, and Away We Go, which is kind of a newer film, and I really enjoyed Away We Go. And Road to Perdition is just one of my favorite movies of the 2000s. Absolutely love that one. And I absolutely love this one as well. It's basically about Kevin Spacey. He's going through a midlife crisis and just everything that happens. And there's just so much. Everybody knows this movie, and everything about this movie is just flawless in my opinion, my humble opinion. The score was amazing. All the actors played their part perfectly. All the supporting roles. Peter Gallagher as the Realtor King guy. I've got Chris Cooper, who was just, he blew me away in that role. Wes Bentley, that dude has played in so many roles after that because of this movie. He was so creepy in P2 as well. Mina Savari, Thora Birch, Annette Bening, just everybody was so perfect in this movie. This is just a movie that I feel like so many people can relate to as well. Absolutely phenomenal. Visually stunning. The directing, the acting, the writing. Everything was just perfect on this. One of my favorite movies of all time. Probably my top 50. And next up is Raging Bull by Martin Scorsese. Just a phenomenal biopic right here about Jake LaMotta. Robert De Niro was phenomenal in this movie. One of his best performances since Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, two of his best performances in my opinion. I love the scene where he's confronting Joe Pesci, asking about his wife. Just a classic line, classic moment. And just the deep, dark psychological effects of Jake LaMotta in this is just crazy to me. It's just so violent and raw and gripping. Love this movie. Great pickup. Again, $9.99. No slipcover on this one, and no slipcover on the Sapphire edition of American Beauty either. Amazon's kind of stingy with the slipcovers lately. They're not hooking it up. Sometimes they'll have it for new editions, but sometimes ones that are kind of older, they don't have them. And a few of these ones are supposed to come with slipcovers, or they do come with slipcovers, and Amazon just didn't have them. I don't know if some of the slipcovers are limited, but if anybody has any of these slipcovers, you know, and you don't want them, you know, give me a call. Let me know, because I will definitely take them off your hands. I love slipcovers. It just feels complete to me when I know there's an edition that has a slipcover. You know, I got these for inexpensive, so I'm not really complaining, but I would love to have the slipcovers for them. And next up is one that I got. It was like $4.99. Disorganized Crime. It just has a cast that I like. Corbin Burnson, Lou Diamond Phillips, Ed O'Neill. It looks like kind of a goofy kind of heist movie. Professional criminals rob a bank, blah blah blah. It looks like a cheesy, fun 80s movie, and for $4.99, why the heck not? Blind buy. And next up is the remake of I Spit on Your Grave, and I Spit on Your Grave or Day of the Woman. This was just phenomenal. I will say the original one is kind of a little bit more grittier, grimier, but this one to me, in my opinion, I preferred it to the original. I like this one better. This was just dark, and the revenge scenes kind of a little bit over the top, but it just added so much more to it. The gore, and loved it. Highly recommend this one if you're into darker kind of horror films. This is a rape revenge film, and this is of the highest caliber of that subgenre. Love this one. Again, I liked it better than the original one, and just everybody did the roles perfectly. The lead actress as well. She didn't want to take this role, but I'm so glad that she did. She did a great job on it. And again, this was inexpensive, $9.99. All these ones were really cheap. Amazon had great deals during that whole week. And this was, I don't know if this was like a lightning deal. I just saw it pop up, and it was $11.99. And it's Beauty and the Beast, Jean Cocteau from 1946. I haven't checked this one out yet, so I figure, Criterion release, very nice releases. I've seen some of the clips on YouTube, and it looks like something that would be interesting, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Very nice. Besides, $11.99 for a Blu-ray Criterion, you can't beat that. And next up is Stand By Me. This is the 25th anniversary edition. No slipcover. Would have loved to have the slipcover for this one, but again, it was very inexpensive. I think it was like $8.99, and this is an all-time classic. Fantastic cast. And who would have thought that Jerry O'Connell, the chubby kid from Stand By Me, ended up marrying Rebecca Romijn, super hot supermodel. Good for you. Everybody knows this movie, just an all-time classic. One of the best coming-of-age movies ever. This is just so relatable. Everybody can relate to this movie. And I just love everything about it. The soundtrack, just everything. The narration as well. Richard Dreyfuss is the narrator, the writer, as Will Wheaton's character all grown up. Absolutely love him when he does the voiceover and stuff like that. And very poignant moments towards the end. But such a great, fun movie. And next up is Trainspotting. I picked this up for pretty cheap. I think it was like $5.99 or something like that. Really low. Another absolute classic. This is one of the movies that I saw when I was younger. I just kind of got obsessed with all the drugs and that whole kind of crimey, gritty kind of atmosphere of this film. Oh, just loved it. One of the first movies I saw Ewan McGregor in as well. And Robert Carlyle was awesome in this movie. And he's been in so many movies since too. Love this one. One of the better drug movies out there with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and Requiem for a Dream. That makes a great kind of trio of drug movies right there. And next up is Jarhead, directed by Sam Mendes. Again, he did American Beauty, did lots of great movies, Road to Perdition, Away We Go, Revolutionary Road. Great cast in this one. Jake Gyllenhaal, Peter Sarsgaard, Chris Cooper, Jamie Foxx. Basically about Marines and the war and the effects. And it has some great comedic moments in it as well. Definitely a good one. Very happy to pick this one up. Again, it's another inexpensive one. I think it was like $5.99, $6.99, something like that. Next up was $4.99 for My Father the Hero with Gerard Depardieu. I remember watching this as a kid. I just thought it was kind of funny, hijinks-ridden movie. And this is actually Katherine Heigl. This is one of the earlier roles of Katherine Heigl here. But a fun movie, and at least I hope it is. I hope it, lives up to my memory of it from as a kid. And next up is King's Speech, won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Let me know if you guys thought it deserved the Academy Award for Best Picture. But everybody knows this movie. I'm not going to go into detail about that one. Friday Night Lights right here, directed by Peter Berg, an actor who's been in tons of different stuff. And this is just a great movie, great cast as well. It's basically about high school football and the whole high school football life and mentality down in Texas. And, I was born in Texas, and I always love movies dealing with Texas and things like that as well. And it has Billy Bob Thornton, Jay Hernandez, Tim McGraw, great cast. Great high school football movie. Next up is The War at Home, right here with Emilio Estevez, Kathy Bates, and Martin Sheen right there. Martin Sheen, of course, Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen's father. And I haven't seen this one. This was a blind buy pickup. For $4.99, why the heck not? And next up is Donnie Darko. Man, this one is heavy and thick. And this is the Blu-ray DVD digital copy 10th anniversary edition. Love this movie. 4 discs in total right there. Again, this one does not have a slipcover, but that's okay. Got it for, I think, $9.99, so a great price. And they also had a bunch of deals on Blu-ray digibooks as well. The Big Lebowski, I believe, was $11.99. Beautiful edition right here. Everybody knows this movie. So many great quotable lines. One of my favorite comedy movies of all time. Excellent movie. Coen Brothers. What more can you say? And next up is the Blu-ray Digibook version anniversary edition of Clockwork Orange, Stanley Kubrick's classic. You've got Alex right there on the front, played by Malcolm McDowell. Just an excellent movie, crazy movie. If you've ever read the book, you watch this too, because the book is a little bit harder to follow, and this one is just amazing, all-time classic. Everybody knows this one. I love this cover as well, with the milk right there. This is a 2-disc edition as well. Excellent, had to pick this one up. And next up, another Blu-ray Digibook version, and that is The Exorcist right here. This is the extended director's cut and an original theatrical version as well. And 2 discs in here as well. Love these Blu-ray Digibooks. Finally picking up a bunch of them. Just started getting them. And, like I said, Amazon had a lot of deals on Blu-ray Digibooks during that whole week. A bunch of them are like $11.99, $13.99. Tons of them are around that price range. I think actually a couple of them dropped down to $9.99 as well. But there you go. There's all my pickups from the whole Black Friday time. From Black Friday until that next Friday, Amazon had a whole bunch of deals on every day. So I picked up a whole bunch of stuff, and there's no way I was going out for Black Friday during the stores for some Blu-rays when I can sit at home and get the same deals and better deals on Amazon. So there you go. If you've seen any of the movies, definitely let me know what you think and leave me a comment down below. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.